Welcome back to FM Storey. We're approaching the midway point of Season 5 of our save, trying to end the dominance of Celtic and Rangers in Scottish football, and things are going pretty well. We are currently sat second in the league table, although Rangers in third have a couple of games in hand on us. The Europa Conference League, we're within touching distance of making it into the knockout stages. Coming up in this episode, we've got the final two games in the Europa Conference League phase, and we've got some big games in the league coming up against Rangers and Celtic, as well as having the January transfer window to navigate. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We're straight into the action with the home game against Rangers. We played one game since the end of the last episode, which we won 3-1 away at Aberdeen. We are still missing a couple of players. We're still missing Elise at the back because he's still away on international duty at the African Cup of Nations. And we're still missing Matesh Singh. So Khan's playing off the right and Babadi's playing in the number 10 role, which went well in the last game because he ended up with 2 goals and an assist. Hopefully we can continue that on. Obviously, looking at that squad that Rangers have got, it's going to be tough, but we have already beaten them this season, so hopefully we can do it again. Right, an early corner for us. Matson takes it short to Bermudez, swings the cross over to the back post. Vivino gets up highest, heads home, and we've taken an early lead, 1-0 up, and Vivino is the one player that we may actually not be able to keep a hold of past the January transfer window. It's going to be tough, but he's putting in some outstanding performances recently, and that's another goal for him. But straight from the kick-off, Guzman into Hoyland. He gives it away to Khan. He finds Babadi. Through looking for Burstow. Was he onside? It looks like it, and we've got 2 goals in less than a minute there. Caught them napping from their own kick-off. Sort of Khan drops back, picks the ball up into Babadi, plays the ball between the two centre-halves, bursts with a great touch, and then just smashes the finish past Kelleher, and that's us 2-0 in front after 7 minutes. Khan down the right-hand side, dinks it to Ferguson on the edge of the box. He goes down, and I think the referee... I'm not quite... I'd be amazed if this doesn't get overturned. It seems very much not like a penalty. And yeah, it's not. And then rolls it out for Vivino. Along to Ferguson on the right-hand side. Into Babadi. Over the top looking for Bermudez. What a ball. He's still got it, but they've cut it out. But Romeo picks up the loose ball well inside their half. Matson. Back to Leon King. Back to Matson. King goes all the way back to the keeper. Vivino now with it. Into Romeo Geza. Burstow, Babadi. Sort of Khan. Burstow, I think he's offside. That was a great bit of play. Unfortunately, he went just a bit touch too soon, and this is going to get disallowed. We've carved them open there. Babadi with a lovely ball inside the fullback, and he just went too soon. He didn't need to either. Right, free kick for them. We've got the header clear, but Eric Dyer picks it up. Goes into Paulinho on the edge of the box. Guzman. Back to Williams. Cifuentes. Lindstrom in space. Swings the cross in. Hoyland. As with so many games we've played against Rangers, we've dominated possession and chances. And then they get one chance and score. King back to Matson. Bermudez in the box. loses out. We've gone back to the keeper, then gone long. King wins the header. Babadi back to Romeo. Looking for Can in the box. Squares it. This time Burstow's onside. That is the third goal. And we've got the 2-goal advantage back almost immediately after they've scored. King wins the header. Babadi lays it off for Romeo, who then just lifts the ball over the left back. Can with the first time cross into the box. And there's Burstow to smash it past Kelleher and put us 3-1 up. Right, Ferguson, Can again. Gazer looking for Burstow over the top. I think he was probably offside, but Babadi's tucks it away. And we're going to get another VAR here because the linesman's giving it as offside. And it is disallowed. He's gone early again. Can lays it back. Gazer gets it. And that is a lot closer. It was a lovely touch and squaring of the ball, but if we could avoid being offside, that would be better. Matson's picked up a groin injury, so we've had to bring Velasquez on at left back as we're approaching half time here. If we can keep it to this and before we go in at half time, that would be ideal. But Babadi with a corner goes short to Can, lifts it towards the back post. Vivino goes down. The referee's given a penalty again. This time I think it's going to stand. And it does. Chance, Burstow smashes it past the keeper, completes his hat-trick, and that's us 4-1 up before half-time here. Keeper goes to his right, Burstow straight down the middle, and 4-1 up. And there we are, half-time. It couldn't have gone much better than that. 4-1 up. We've had 7 shots on target. We've dominated possession. We are controlling this game. And hopefully we can put in a similar performance in the second half and just make sure we come away with this victory. Right, so we made some more changes just to bring some more fresh legs on, just to help us see this game out. They've got the ball and they're coming at us. They've gone back to the centre half. Cantwell into Danilo, looking for Hoyland in the box. Ralston, I think, got across to block it, and it's gone behind for a corner. Cantwell to take it. Pulls it back to the edge of the area. It comes back out to Cantwell, into the middle of the box. And it looks like it takes a massive deflection, goes past the keeper. And that's 4-2, and hopefully this isn't the sign of us throwing this away. It comes back, and then Cantwell fires it into Paulinho. And it does take a massive deflection, and wrong foots Kelly. Approaching injury time. Hopefully we can hang on to this, because this result's going to send us top of the table, although Celtic do have 3 games in hand on us. But it's also going to mean that we're 9 points clear of Rangers, who have 3 games in hand on us as well. So this is a really important result for us at the top of the table here. And there we have it, full time, 4-2. We blew them out of the water in the first half. We didn't really need to do much in the second half. And we've come away with a pretty comfortable home victory. We've made it to just before Christmas and the big game coming up at home against Celtic. And things have continued in the vein that we left off in that game against Rangers. We followed that up with a pretty comfortable 3-1 victory away in Utrecht in the Europa Conference League, which saw us guarantee our place, at least in the playoff round. We then followed that up with another comfortable 3-1 victory, this time away at Dunfermline in the league. We then hosted Flora Tallinn in our last game of the league phase of the Europa Conference League, and we won 5-0 to guarantee that we made it past the knockout playoff round and into the round of 16. And then the most recent game, we made a lot of changes and we came away with a 1-0 victory over St Mirren. We didn't create an awful lot, but neither did they either. And a fully deserved victory. What it means as far as the league is concerned is that we are still currently top of the table. Yes, we have played 2 games more than Celtic. They are 2 points behind us, which means that this league game we've got against them next is even more important. We are 12 points clear of Rangers, and they've got 3 games in hand. So hopefully, like I say, we can pick up a victory in this game at home to Celtic, and that will put us in a really strong position going forward into the second half of the season. As far as the Conference League is concerned, we ended up finishing second, unbeaten in the league phase with a plus 19 goal difference. I think we drew the first game of the league phase and we've won the next 5 on the bounce, to only trail Sevilla, who won every game. Hopefully we get a decent draw in the next round, and hopefully we can go a little bit further than we managed to last season. But of more importance at the moment is this game against Celtic. We are missing Isaac Babadi, who had come back from the knee injury he suffered against Rangers. Unfortunately, he twisted his ankle. He's now out for another couple of weeks as well. But hopefully we've got enough in the squad to put in a decent performance. This is the side we've picked to go into the game against Celtic. We've got Elise back from the African Cup of Nations. Velasquez has been better than Maatsen in the last couple of weeks, so he starts at left back. With Babadi being out injured, Turnbull's playing in behind Mason Burstow. But we do have, for the first time for a while, Matesh Singh back on the bench, fit enough to be involved, fit enough to play 45 minutes apparently. So we'll see what we can do. But hopefully we can continue this great run of form. We've won every one of our last 5. And hopefully we can put in a strong performance. Right, throw for them early on with the left back. Back to Colwell. Alright, oh, they've opened us up a bit too easily there. And that's a 1-0. And that was definitely not the start we were looking for. It's just far too easy. Colwell into Z Carlos across from right back. And then just the full back got pulled out and everyone had to shuffle across. And Domina was in the box to put it past Kelly. Right, free kick, Turnbull to take it. Looking for Burstow at the far post. Surely that's not offside. Surely not. That was miles onside. It's actually an own goal as well. It's only a good 2 yards onside. His header comes off the centre half by the looks of it and goes back in. We're a bit more unsecure than we were against Rangers. Gazer with the throw in into Elise, back to Gazer. Elise squares it. Turnbull toe pokes it in past the keeper. And that's us 2-1 up. And we've really turned this game around. Gazer with the throw. Elise back to him. He plays it on to Elise, who just squares it. And Turnbull just toe pokes it past the keeper. Right, they flick the header on, but straight into the keeper's hands. Kelly to Elise. Velasquez with some space to move into. Infield to Turnbull. Ramil with space to move into Can in the box. Squares it. They've cleared as far as Ferguson. Oh, we've given it away now. They're pouring forward. And they've still got it. Into the box. Domina. Oh my God. We had such a good opportunity to get another. And we've just allowed them to waltz up the other end of the pitch and score. Just far too easy. And Domina again with the finish. Just about onside as well. Right. They've got to throw deep in our half. Far too easy to get past the defender. Into the box. I don't understand that. I mean, it's far too easy to get past him. And then they just let him walk into the box. And then no one even tries to block that shot. And there we are, half time. Somehow from 2-1 up, we've managed to throw that away to be 3-2 down. Every time they go forward, they look like they're going to score. And we have some changes that probably need to be made at half time. Right, Vivino into Romeo, Ferguson down the line for Can, back to Ferguson. Right, Romeo into Turnbull, on to Maatsen, driving forward, still got it, tries the cross, but now they're going to break, and their players are getting forward faster than ours are getting back. That's got to be offside. It has to be offside. Right, throw for them, and again they're attacking. We've just not really got back into this. Vivino gets the ball back though. Can infield to Romeo. And we've given it away again, and now they're breaking forward again, and we're not getting back. Vivino comes across to claim it though. Don't know what he was doing on the left hand side there. Gazer into Turnbull. Gazer looks for Turnbull, but we've given it away again. We've got back though. Romeo out wide for Can. Into the box, squares it for Gazer. Maatsen, Ekatike, Maatsen again. Cross it. And there's Burstow. Get his second of the game and level it up. And that's come a bit against the run of play, to be honest. We've given the ball away a lot. They've attacked a lot. We've managed to win one back, and we've gone up the other end. Maatsen does well to get to the line, pulls it across, and there was only Burstow in the 6-yard box to turn it home. And there we go, full time, 3-3. A bit of a strange one. I mean, we threw it away in the first half, going from 2-1 up to 3-2 down. They could have had 4 or 5 in that second half, but luckily we were the only ones that got a goal in the second half. Came away with a 3-3 draw. We're still top of the table, although they've got 2 games in hand and are only 2 points behind. But we've, by the looks of it, I think Rangers drew. Yeah, Rangers drew, so we've strengthened our position really, or maintained our position ahead of them. We're 12 points ahead with them having 3 games in hand, so we've got a pretty decent stranglehold on second, at least. But now we just need to keep this form going and really see if we can push Celtic this season. We've made it to the end of the transfer window, and deadline day was a touch dramatic. Let's see. Our form since the Celtic game has continued in the vein that it was beforehand. We followed up the draw against Celtic with a victory away at Ross County. We were comfortable and in control at 3-0 up after 65 minutes. We did concede a goal and then another goal in injury time, which made it a bit more tense towards the end, but we came away with a 3-2 victory. Similar to the Dundee United game, we were pretty comfortable, 2-0 up after 80 minutes. We conceded a late goal, so it was a bit tense towards the end, but we came away with a victory. The Scottish Cup 4th round, we put in a poor performance, considering we had a pretty strong team out. We got pegged back to 2-2 with a goal in injury time and required a header from Vivino in the second half of extra time to take us through to the next round. And then we followed that up with a pretty comfortable 3-1 victory over St Johnstone. What it means as far as the league's concerned is that we are still top. We've played 3 games more than Celtic, so they are 8 points behind us. So if they do win the games in hand, they will go top. But we're in a pretty strong position. We've only lost 2 games all season. We are 14 points clear of Rangers, having played 3 games more as well.
But now for the drama of the transfer window. As you can see, Mason Burstow is the leading goal scorer in the league. He will not be adding any more goals to that tally. In terms of outgoings, we've moved Kieran Dowell on because he wasn't getting anywhere near the team. And Mason Burstow had a release clause in his contract for 17 million. And Porto came in and triggered it. And he is now away. We did have a fairly busy end to the transfer window. We initially, before it looked like anyone was going, we signed Gianluca Prestiani from Liverpool for 5 million. Can play right, you can play left, can play at a push in the number 10 role. Just gives us a bit of extra quality there. And then on deadline day, we signed 4 players. First of which was Finlay McAllister, can play anywhere in midfield or defensive midfield. At a push, can play centre half or right back as well. We then signed Alejandro Garcia, a right back from Racing. Really, really promising player, and I think could well become our starting right back for the rest of the season. Certainly looks very solid defensively. We then signed Lucas Asadi on a free transfer. Just looks like he could add a bit of quality, and Bermudez's form this season hasn't been brilliant. So someone just to pressure him. Can also play in the number 10 role, can push, can play up front or wide as well on the right. And then we added Jose Roca for 220,000. Just another potential player. Can play either side, can mostly play up front, although we're going to need to see the finishing improve, I think, before we give him a serious run in that position. We've also done a deal to sign a young Gibraltar player in the summer, and once he turns 18. Again, just more depth, more potential for that right hand side. And for the 10,000 that he's going to cost, hopefully, even if he doesn't make it with us, we'll be able to make a profit on him. So overall, things are looking pretty strong. And there we are, the end of another episode, and things are going remarkably well this season. Hopefully, the loss of Mason Burstow won't cause too much of a disruption to how we've been playing. But we are doing remarkably well, as I said, top of the table, although Celtic have those games in hand. And we're in the round of 16 in the Europa Conference League, and we're still going in the Scottish Cup. So plenty still to play for next season. So plenty still to play for in the rest of the season. Join us next time to see how we get on in the league, and also see who we draw in the round of 16 and see if we can make it past that round again in the Europa Conference League. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.